Beate Zschaepe spent 5 years on trial for her part in multiple murders that shocked Germany, acting in the name of an organisation inspired by the Nazis, the National Socialist Underground, or NSU.
I think the sentencing of Ms. Zschaepe to life in prison, including the determination of serious culpability, is consistent and correct. Ms. Zschaepe is not a woman who was unfortunate enough to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. Rather, she is a National Socialist, a racist and a murderer, and she now has a hard bed to lie in, but she made her own bed, and it will now probably be hers to lie in for a long time to come.
The case against Zschaepe was that she was a willing accomplice in a 3-person cell targeting members of the Turkish community. Their first victim was killed in Nuremberg in 2000. Enver Şimşek was a 38-year-old businessman who ran a group of flower stalls. At the time, police struggled to find a motive. But we now know that Şimşek's death was the start of a killing spree that would touch 7 different German cities between 2000 and 2007, claiming 10 lives. 3 people were killed in Nuremberg. 2 more were murdered in the Bavarian capital, Munich. The other 5 in cities outside Bavaria. 8 of the victims were from the Turkish community. In all cases, the victims were shot in the head at close range. But what this map doesn't show is that after the last killing, it took the authorities almost 4 years to track down the cell. And then only after 2 of them had carried out an armed robbery, been cornered by the police and then shot themselves before they could be arrested. It fueled accusations of incompetence by the authorities, with some people suggesting some officers might have colluded with the NSU. Families of the victims say their ordeal has been made worse by the time it took for the trial to happen.
Why did the murderers choose my father? I can't and won't simply believe that it was a coincidence. 437 days of investigation, and these questions weren't answered. I have no closure because I have the feeling that not everything was done that could have been done, because I'm sure that other accomplices are still walking around.
After her fellow conspirators' deaths, Beate Zschaepe handed herself into police in 2011. During her trial, she rarely spoke in court, except to deny being a member of the NSU, to disapprove of its actions, and to express her regret for not having been able to prevent the murders. The reality for her now, though, is that a guilty verdict means she spends at least 15 years behind bars. Bania, Al Jazeera.